Hi and welcome back to Eastie's Corner. This is a strange angle, I know. You're probably asking, what the hell are you doing? Right, and basically I'm doing an oil sump change on my transit van because this one's leaking like really bad. There's just loads of corrosion on it, and it's just leaking from around the gasket. So I bought a new pan on eBay from Transit Parts UK. £29.99, not a bad price. Make sure you get the right one because I did order the wrong one. I used the compatible chart and it said it fit my van, but it didn't. It came, the oil sump was far too shallow. It's all to do with the oil pickup pipe, so I had to get ordered another one, and it came yesterday. You see it there, look, nice and deep. But obviously weather yesterday was absolutely phenomenally wet, so I just carried on with the installation of the insulation. Yeah, to give me something to do because I'm always working. Well, I need to be constantly working on my van now to get things sorted out. Winter's coming and all that, so it's got to be tip top. So anyway, basically for an oil sump change, you've got these nuts here are 8mm. My fingers annoy. The ones that have got the little stem to them, them ones there, they're 10mm. So yeah, I think they are the line-up bolts, I suppose, because the rest of them, there's only 4 of them. Ones with the little shaft, the little bolt that comes out of them. There's only 4 of them, so the rest of them are just 8mm bolts. So make sure, firstly, you can get to every bolt. Now, sorry, excuse me for this. Oh my god, no room. I really need to sort my garage out. Okay, so for this job, you need what did I do with that? That's clever, isn't it, Dave? No, it's there, look. Right then. Sorry, my apologies again for extreme close-ups of my nose passage. Basically, you need an extender bar, 1/4 inch drive, and a 10mm socket. That's for the nuts that come out, or the bolts that come out. And you need one of these little fellas. I don't know what you call it. It's like a pivot, 1/4 inch. Because you won't be able to get to some of them, and obviously 1/4 inch ratchet. I'm also doing a service on this while I'm doing it, so I'm going to change the oil, change the oil filter, I'm going to change the fuel filter, and the air filter. When it comes to me, I'll get that changed. So yeah, so basically now all I'm doing is I've taken the cover off to the fuel filter, the fuel filter housing here. I had to order a special tool to get that off, so that came in the post the other day. It's hang on a second, I'll just prop you up on here. It's laser fuel filter spanner, specialised tool for getting the fuel filter off. And if I can get into it, I don't know what's wrong with me today. Don't try this at kids' home. At home, kids. See, like I said, I don't know what's wrong today. Get me words all fuddled. Right, if I can get in here eventually. Jesus, I'll cut these things out. Right, that's it there. Look. So basically, around the fuel filter housing, you've got these little spikes, spines, or whatever you want to call them, and then your you've got your 1/4 inch drive hole there, so you can undo the fuel filter. It's like a comedy show, this, I'm telling you. Right then, so let's get that back on there. I need that down there, don't I? Right then. So for now, what I haven't done, or showed you off camera, is I've made sure I can get to all the nuts on the oil sump, and I've cracked all the nuts to make sure I can undo them all, because if you can't undo them all, and like me, you got a little bit of bad luck and you tend to round off bolt heads, because you haven't quite got the socket on there properly. You've taken all the bolts off and you've got one that's left and you can't get it because it's rounded off. So I tend to just crack them all first, make sure you can get to them, make sure they do want to come out and they're not seized in. Otherwise you're going to have to get a qualified mechanic to do it, or if you've got a heat gun or whatever, you can heat it up and you've got specialised tools to get it out. And also you're going to have replacement bolts as well. So I'm just hoping that I don't have any disasters today with bolt heads, or otherwise I've knackered the job already. So I've got fuel filter to go in the fuel filter, obviously. I have oil. Ta-da! 5 litres. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. If not, I've got some more oil that I can help top that up with. And a bag for rubbish. Right then, obviously first I've warmed the engine up slightly to make the oil a little bit thinner, and I've now drained the oil. As you can see, I've got a tub of oil underneath there. I've also got a large tub to put waste oil into. Oh, I've just broke my running machine. That's because I've got too much in the garage. Don't tell the wife, she'll kill me. Right then. Oh dear, I actually have broke the running machine. Where does that go? Oh. Where have I? I actually have. Right, sorry, I'll come back in a second. Okay, that's that fixed. Kind of. Anyway, yeah, I was say bodged. So back to the van. And this is what I'm on about. This is my kind of look. I'm doing something else and I knacker something else up that's completely irrelevant and not related at all. Right then, do I really want to start this today? Yes I do. Right, let's get this done. It beats paying garage fees, and that's one of the reasons why I do a lot of my own mechanic stuff, so I don't have to pay garages. Oh yeah, by the way, quick update. The Saab clutch has been done. The flywheel had to be replaced, and yeah, the coil pack went, so it was misfiring. Anyway, that's a different video. Hopefully I'll get that done today because I'm going to pick it up. Anyway, let's get this done. You'll have to bear with me because my editing skills are shocking. I don't have a proper video editing thing on my laptop, so you're going to have to watch this in full. And I'll put some music over it for you, so you don't have to listen to me rambling on. Okay, you need some kind of metal tray or something to catch all your bolts, or stick all the bolts in. Okay, let's get this done. And my hair is going in oil. Right, let's get this out of the way because I'm not wearing oil today. Okay. Right, I'll come back to you in a second. Hi, and welcome back. Right then. I don't know why I do these things, I really don't. Right, what have I done with my 8mm now? Jesus Christ, man. Sorry about that. Right. Oh no. Right, let's get these 10mm off first. Oh yeah, you're going to need an oil catching pan as well. For residual oil that probably hasn't come out the pan. And obviously oil, waste oil we've got a local recycling centre that we can get rid of waste oil in. Right, apparently I've seen one YouTube video out there about doing this job, and they say apparently you've got to take off this subframe to get the pan off, and apparently you haven't. So what you need apparently is you push the pan forward to reveal the oil pickup pipe, which should, oh hang on, oh there's 5. Huh. Okay, there's no longer 4, there's 5. 5 of these nuts. When this is off, I'll take the oil filter off as well, get that changed. Well, some of these nuts have got flipping silicone on. Oh my god. Whoever owned this van before me obviously likes silicone, because I had the clutch done on this van not that long ago, and they'd silicone the this crank seal in as well, because it was leaking oil. I think it's a Ford fault, because they put a brand new one in and it still continued to leak oil. Right, that's them ones off. So now for the 8mm. Sorry about this. I need to get my editing skills sorted out. Oh, and for purposes of the video, I'm not a qualified mechanic. Okay, a lot of the stuff I was taught, or a lot of stuff that I can do, I've either learnt from watching YouTube videos like this one I'm doing for you now, and or being taught by my stepdad and my real dad, and also off my own initiative as well, because I'm very much into doing stuff for myself. I'll get all these slackened right off, and then I will hopefully be able to take these off with just the extension bar and the 8mm socket. Well, that's good, isn't it? When your tools nearly fall in your face. Right then, what I'm going to do now, I think, is I will take these off, because the video's long enough as it is. I'll take these off and then I'll get back to you. Hi, quick update. Right, all the nuts are out, and I can't get the sump off because it looks like it's been gasket sealant's been used rather than a proper like cardboard cork gasket or whatever. So I'm going to get a spatula, and I'm going to have to separate the two like that. Anyway, come back to you in a sec. Hi, I'm back. Spatula and a hammer. Let's see how this goes. Better get in there. I'll find somewhere to get in. Wow. This thing's on tight, man. Very tight. Come on, bitch. Okay. So I've got a little bit off. Right, this is going to take a long time. I'm going to bore you. I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, the pan is off. What you got to do basically is just find a corner. I would say passenger side towards the intercooler radiator. There's a corner there that's quite exposed you can get to. Just get the spatula in there. Just put it in there, bang it in there, and pull down on it. And as I thought, this has been put in with gasket paste. So there is flipping loads of it. So I've got all that to clean up. I'll get a Stanley knife to get that off. Anyway, I've got to find this oil pickup pipe. There it is. Is that it? Right, that's the that's the oil. What's it in it? There's the pickup pipe. It looks like you might have to take out the oil sensor as well. Right, I'll unplug that and get that taken out then. Back in a minute. Okay, that's the what looks like maybe the oil sensor. I'll just give that a clean up and get that in back in a minute. And last, you're going to need lots of cloth, by the way. There's plenty of oil dripping in there. You've got the dipstick as well that comes in here. Okay, where's this pickup pipe? Oh, it's there. That's it. Okay, I'm going to have to go to the front here to see this. Oh, I can't even see it from that angle. Oh my god. Oh, by the way, the oil sensors are 19mm. Oh my god, back in a minute. Okay, wow, just wow. Needless to say, that job is a nightmare. I've only just got the oil pickup pipe off. There is one bolt that goes in from the rear, facing from the rear of the vehicle to the facing to the front of the vehicle, and there is one to the driver's side of the pickup pipe that goes up. Man, I wish I'd just paid a flipping garage to do this now, but at the end of the day, YouTube wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for people like myself doing and messing up, so you guys can just go, yeah, I think I'll take it to the garage. Right then, I'm going to go and make myself a brew now. Nice cup of coffee. Get my hands cleaned up because my gloves spit, and now I've got greasy fingernails. I look like a grease monkey. Yeah, fantastic. Right, kettle on, brew, and I'll update you in a minute. Bye bye for now. Hi, right, I've got brew now, so I'm happy. Right, okay. Also, if you're doing a job like this, especially when it concerns oil, okay, you get dripped on a lot. So obviously overalls, coveralls, whatever you want to call them, and lots of sawdust for cleaning up your driveway. Sawdust is great for soaking up oil. Doesn't take long to clean up. Anyway, except when you're laying in it, because now I've got sawdust all over me. Right, so I need to clean the bottom, or where the sump, the oil sump meets the engine. So I've got myself a scraper. I've had this years. This is my valeting scraper, flat blade. Get it all cleaned up and ready to receive the new oil sump. And then I've got the, oh my god, right, it took me ages to get the bolts out for the oil pickup pipe. Took me too long. Getting them out is one thing, getting them back in, I think it's going to be, look, is going to be an absolute flipping nightmare, because you have, right, I've got big hands, right, and I just haven't got the room to get my hand in there. I'm starting to regret this a little bit now. Anyway, we'll see how we get on. I'll update you. I'm not going to film it all because it's just going to get boring. I'll show you each part of the stage of what I'm going through anyway. So basically, old oil sump is off. This is the pickup pipe. Yeah, and that's what stops you being able to take the oil pan straight off. And I think this is why they recommend you take the subframe off, because yeah. So I'll get that all cleaned up and I'll show you in a second. So here we have the oil pickup pipe, and it sits in the sump like that. Okay, that bit there I will show you in a minute. That bit there goes up almost to the engine, and then that sits in within the pump. I think there must be some kind of pump there. It's yeah, I'll show you in a minute. I'll just get all this cleaned up and out of the way. Just give me a second. Hi. Okay, so this is where the it attaches to the engine, just here, and the other one that I showed you goes there. So it would go, whoops, so it'd go in like that, that into there and that into there. So as you can see, it's very tight. Trying to get all your hands in there, nightmare. That's nice. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the bottom of this all cleaned up, get as much oil off this as I possibly can to stop it dripping all over the flipping driveway. I've got some oil shavings down, sawdust, to hopefully soak up any spillage. But I'll get all this cleaned up, and then I'll get the area for the gasket all cleaned up, get that all scraped off, and then yeah, I'll come back to you. Catch you in a bit. Bye bye for now. Hello again. As you can see, I'm looking a bit worse for wear now. This comes with underneath an oil pan. Anyway, so as you can see, the area of where the sump will touch the engine, all around here and here, I've cleaned up, scraped, ready. Whoops, sorry, ready for the next gasket and oil sump to go on. The only issue I'm going to have is getting that flipping oil pickup pipe back on, which I know is going to be an absolute nightmare. So without further ado, sorry, the video's all over the place now, isn't it? Without further ado, I better get that done because it's still dripping oil everywhere, including on me and in my hair and God knows where else. I've got sawdust everywhere. Yeah, so it's not good. Anyway, I will get back to doing that now, and hopefully yeah, all sorted. I'll give you an update later on. Bye for now. Right then, that was actually easier than expected. The only tip I can give you is get the oil pan on. The pickup pipe is quite hard to get in line, especially if you've got massive hands like I have. Get the pickup pipe in line. Now, if you go from the rear of the vehicle to the front of the vehicle, get your extender bars as long as you can. I've got one and then a half one. Get your 8mm on the end, get your nut in or your bolt, and go in from the back of the oil pan area and tip the oil pan towards the driver's side, exposing the passenger side more. you should be able to get that bottom bolt in. Once you've got that bottom bolt in, get it done up tight, and then use your ratchet spanner. You can actually get the oil pan, if you push it as far to the front of the vehicle as you possibly can and then tip it up, you can actually get your hand in there just to get the first maybe couple of threads on. It's a bit difficult. You've got to sort of like get the bolt in your hand like that, put it into the hole, and then just catch the first couple of threads. And then once you've got that on, get your ratchet spanner in there and do it up. Actually really quick. Right, now the I've got so much bloody sawdust everywhere, it's ridiculous. Now the locating bolts for the Sump, I think there must be locating bolts, because there's only a few, there's only 5. Basically, get your locating, get your oil pan on, get the gasket lined up. This one comes with a cork gasket, which is better than a flipping sealant gasket, I reckon. Get your first nut on, and then get your, as you can see, get the gasket all lined up all the way around the Sump, and then get all your locating nuts on, get them tightened up, well, do them up so they're done up and the oil pan is flush. Once you're happy that you can see the gasket all the way around the oil pan, then you can start sticking your 8mm bolts, and I would suggest doing them up opposites. So start this end, one there, one to the side, one to that side, one up there, one back down there. So you're always working opposite to make sure you get anything that you're doing up, same as what you're doing with wheels. When you put the wheels on, you put the nuts in like star shape to make sure you get the best out of what you're doing, so everything sits flush as possible. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with that now, and I'll come back to you in a second. Okay, that's the oil sump nuts all done up. I'm just going to go and check the specifications on torque, just to make sure I don't do them up too tight. Yeah, basically that's the job finished. Oil sump done. Torque them up to the recommendations. I'm now going to have to stop the video to have a look on the website. Anyway, so I'll update you in a little while, doing a video on changing the oil filter, fuel filter, and bits and bobs. Chill for now, bye.